Welcome to the Vintage Needle Crafter. My name is Laura. Welcome back, returning viewers, and welcome new subscribers and new watchers. This is my little corner where I love to sit down and discuss all things knit and crochet. All right, so how has everyone been the last couple of weeks? It's been a while since I sat down and just filmed a little chatty podcast. I'm back in my favorite craft room. And I have a couple of finished objects to share with you this week. First, I want to just talk a little bit about average things. The weather is one thing I like to talk about. It's been really strange. Have you been having strange weather where you're at? We have here in northern Illinois, we have had temperatures that are up into the 70s with storms come through and then back down into the 30s with frost and freeze. I know it's all part of spring, but it's what it's trying to do is it's trying to warm up too fast, too soon, and that's what's going on. So, hope you are all doing well. Garden, I actually started to plant my garden. I got some beets in my garden so far. So that's about it. I'm planning on putting in some spring bulbs. Well, actually, these are going to be summer bulbs, gladiolas. So those are my favorite type of bulb. They bloom in the mid of summer. So later on in the year, as my garden flourishes and gets going, I will film a little bit out there for you. I just noticed my glasses is really dirty. I have all these spots on them and can't see. All right. Okay, well, you'll notice the first thing I am wearing, I have finished it, and this was with that one ball. Now, it is a little cropped sweater with short sleeves, but I made this just from one ball of James C. Brett yarn. I love to say that. And I did add a little bit of a different color of the James C. Brett. So this is two. Now, I didn't use much of it. Didn't use much yardage, but I kind of like the pink, and I also like that purple stripe in there. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, so this is perfect for spring, and I can just wear my skirts, underneath. This is a high-waisted skirt, so yeah, it's finished. I love it. The only thing I would say I would really like to improve a little bit upon is the back, the short row shaping. I still have a little bit improvement to go. Much better than when I was doing it the first time and making holes in the fabric. I don't have holes, but it seems to be a little bit twisty, and you can see that in the back. I don't know, I could turn around. I don't know if you can see. No, it's too high up. Maybe if I stand over here. I don't know if you can see up in there or not, but it's a little bit twisty. I don't know if you could see that. Anyway, I love this. It's so light. It's not itchy because I made it a little bit loose, and I wanted to make it almost sleeveless, which I did. So it's going to be perfect for cool, well, perfect for warmer days. Not too warm, but perfect for days like this. We're going to get up to about 60 some degrees today. So yeah, I really love the colors on this. This was, I'm not sure if I have the label hanging around. No, it was the mauves, and then the purple one. The purple one I think is SH09. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's only $4 a ball, and one ball, and I am a 1X, so this 1X size lady with one ball plus a little bit extra from the other gave me a sweater. I mean, that's really thrifty when you think about it. Now, you would probably need to buy 2 balls if you want to do 2 different colors coordinating. I would recommend that. But still, for $8 a sweater, it's so nice. It's so nice. 2 balls would get you a long sleeve with much longer body. So anyway, that I finished. And this I finished, and this was a tutorial that I done for a spring shawl. If you haven't seen my tutorial yet, I will link it down in my description. This is just a very simple basic stitch. I love wearing this when I go to church, or when I just go out, or just to throw something a little over my arms. Pull it down. So this here was a very simple shawl. It's just the granny stitch and a double crochet. Very simple. If you can double crochet, and you can make this. If you can double crochet and chain, you can make this. But this was the yarn I used, Yarn Smith's Lagoon. This is shade number 2J100, dye lot number 1. These are generous yardage. 2 balls got me this shawl. If you like your shawls to come down longer, or if you're a 2 to 5X size, probably would go with 3 to 4 balls. But for me, 2 balls was plenty, and I have extra yarn left over. Not sure what I'm going to make with this, but I have 2 left because I bought it on sale. As I mentioned before, in fact, I've mentioned it a lot. I apologize if you're tired of hearing it. But for anyone that's new here, you can get these over at Wool Warehouse, 4 balls for $10. So quite a deal. And that's the other thing I've done. So I love this. It's nice and light and drapey. It's a 3-weight premium acrylic yarn. I'm not sure if it's anti-pilling or not. I haven't had it long enough to tell you. Just that it says it's 100% premium acrylic. Now, it recommends a 4mm crochet hook, but I went up a size to give it more drape, and I used a size 5mm crochet hook to make this. So check out that if you're interested. Okay, those are my only 2 finished objects, and yeah, it's been a busy week. Had a lot going on. Everything else, they're in the workings of fixing the pole. They came out this last Friday, to assess the situation again. It was quite a day. My sons had plans. Plans kind of got spoiled. Waited all day for the man to come out. Finally, around 6 o'clock, he arrives. Just figured they were going to start working on it that day, so we all had to stay here. No, by the time 6 o'clock came around, the man finally came out to take more photos and tell us we needed a new, also needed a new junction. I think it's called a junction box. The box that has the meter on it that turns. So we needed a new one of those, and he told us to come on down and they would put us out the contract and everything. But it's not going to cost $10,000. We decided to skip that company, and we found another one. So this one is less than, around 1/3 of the cost of that. So we're so thankful to God's good graces for that one. Thank you, Lord. Yeah, that we can afford. So, but like I said, we live in an older home. This home was built in '53, so the pole and junction box were that old as well. So, you know, that's quite an age. That's 70 some years. So 73 to be exact, I think. So, all right, that's all of the finished objects. So now I'm going to talk about whips. Okay, and first whip I want to show you, it's almost completed. Oh no! Here we're getting into whips, but I had one more finished object. I am so sorry. It was laying underneath everything. Isn't this a cute little headscarf? Look at the colors on that. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. I love the spring colors in that one. And I tried to color play it. This is very light, very, very light. Doesn't weigh a thing. I blocked it. This is polyester. And if you notice, I'm not sure if you can tell, but I knitted this. This is roving that I just knitted. I didn't spin this. And I'm going to show you what I've done. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about this. I'm not sure if they still have these available. If they do, you probably won't get one for $8.99. But this big thing here is called Yarn Bee Showstopper. And Hobby Lobby used to sell it. And I am using it like roving. I am just separating the strands out, which you can do. It's very easy to do that. I can pull it further enough and up. You just take a piece of it, and this is how it comes, and you just pull a length out, and then you just pull it apart, like so. And then you're just going to separate this in strands, just like you do if you had wool. This is polyester. I'm not sure if it's got acrylic. I wish I had the label. I don't think I had the label anymore. I had this for a whole year. But you just knit with that, and it makes very nice, beautiful, beautiful things. This is just a little bandana. Little bandana. We'll put it on so you can see it. I think I'm too... There, you could probably see my hair sticking way up. It looks quite... looks like I have a very tall head. Oh, but anyway, I just want to make that for summer, for when I go outside and do yard work and things, or when I work around the house. I like my head wraps, my little bandanas. Some people call it a do-rag. I call them a headscarf. So I just made a little headscarf with that. I have so much of that left over. See, here I have it on a ball to where I pulled apart the roving so thin to where I can just draft it, because you're just pulling out a little bit at a time, and then you're drafting, and then you're knitting. It doesn't work with crochet. I'm sorry. I have not, well, I don't know. I haven't tried it with crocheting with roving. I also knitted a couple of sample pieces a while back. Just a couple little swatches. I thought, you know, maybe I would make a sweater with this. I would love to make a sweater with this. And in fact, that's what I'm planning on doing. Oops. And I have so much of this roving. I think I have enough here for a sweater. I really do, because this is a lot. There's a lot on here. Doesn't look like a lot, but when you're pulling that all out, and then if you're not spinning it, because spinning it will give you less yardage. Yeah. When you have wool and you spin it, you'll get a lot less yardage than if you just knit it with the roving. It can be done. I mean, I do it. I do it. As you can see here, this is roving. In fact, you can see my little end here that I didn't cut off. It's just roving. It's unspun. Yep. There that is. It's very pretty. The colors are very pretty. So what I did was, I can grab it over here. I did cast on. There it is hanging out there. I did cast on for a sweater. I want to make a top-down circular sweater with the same raglan that I've used in this one, the lace raglan. I want to do that. I really think that that is going to be so nice because this is so light. It doesn't weigh a thing, and oh, it is so butter soft. This is the softest thing I've ever felt. I'm not kidding. The softest thing I've ever felt. It is ridiculously soft. So What needle size did I use on this? It was an 8, a size 8. And yeah, you know, you can tell by looking really close. I do have some thick and some thin spots, but that's how it is when you spin your yarn. I have some thick and thin spots in there, and it's still wanting to curl on itself slightly, even though I blocked it. And I blocked that very carefully using using my steam iron on low with a towel over top, just pressing it very lightly. So yeah, I've got one started here, and I don't know, I just want to do a sweater. So I'm just starting on this and see, I'm pulling a little bit as I knit. And I'm just going to sit here and show you a minute. A little bit more. It goes a little bit slower. But you can knit with this. You can knit with this. It's really a lot of fun. It's really a lot of fun. And oh my, the yardage you're getting out of this. Now that is sold, it was sold last year in Hobby Lobby as a super thick yarn that you could make like throws or blankets or whatever. But I got this idea from someone else on YouTube. I think Cinnamon Stitches talked about this. Yes, she did. Shout out to Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches. She was the original person that I saw this idea, and she was going to spin hers, but she wasn't going to knit it as roving, but she was going to spin it up into yarn, which you can do. And it would make very pretty barber pole. It'll give it that barber pole look when you spin it up, I imagine. But no, me, I wanted to be a miser with the yardage. See? Yeah, I go a little slower than what I would normally knit. That's because I'm wanting to get it nice and even. You know, just pull a little bit. You don't want to pull too much or it'll come apart, of course. Oops. I'm using a wooden, bamboo. This is a Chiaogu bamboo circular needle. Size 8. I think when I go to the body, I'm going to go to a 9. I think it'll be all right. It'll just give it more loosey drape. Oh, I just had to do it, didn't I? I have to laugh at myself sometimes. I talk about, oh, I'm done knitting sweaters now. It's spring. I want to get on to do summer things, but no. I just had to do this. I also have another acquisition in mind. Here we're supposed to talk about whips, right? But I've already gotten ahead of myself. Don't do that. But yeah, this is a work in progress. So I'm going to set that down now. Just starting on that. Now the second whip, this one's almost finished. And it is a hexie-cardi. And I had used this yarn here. Now this is a different color. I'm going to show you. This is Color Rush DK by Signet. And it is a 100-gram hank here, or ball. It's 100% superior acrylic, anti-pilling. It says you're supposed to hand wash it or machine wash it. It recommends hand wash, but I'm going to put this in the machine. I think it'll be just fine. I'm even going to dry it. I think it'll be just fine. Let me show you. I've got the body done, but I want to put more on the sleeves. I want the sleeves longer. And I want the body longer. And I want to put a ribbing. I ran out. I ripped apart that one cardigan that I showed you last time. Took that apart to make it, but I think it's really cool. It's just 2 hexagons. Oh, isn't that neat? A lot of people are doing them. Where I got the original pattern was Kelly over at Craft and a Cuppa. I will link the original YouTube tutorial with well, you'll have to go over to Etsy or Ravelry for the written pattern. If you're pretty good, you might be able to follow, you know, the tutorial. I did. I just followed the tutorial. But isn't that nice? I love it. It's just two, and now the other thing I've done, the original pattern just says to keep going around the hexagon all the way around, but it makes the sleeves hang way down. And she gave a tip for that. She says if you don't want big gaping sleeves, just go so far halfway, go halfway around, and then it'll make it towards draping down longer. Okay, and your sleeves won't be as long and they won't be as hanging down. Now what I'm going to do though is, now that I've got it sewn up together and put together, I'm going to go around the sleeve this way, in the round, and I'm going to make it longer, and then I'm going to add a cuff to it as well. So, yeah, I've got, well, how many did I order? 2. I think I've got 2 more balls that I ordered, so I have about this much of length extra I want to do, and then I want to go all the way around with rib, and then add a little extra to the arms with some rib, and then it will be a finished object. My son's got me this cup for my birthday. It also has a lid and a plastic straw, but I took that off. And then I went over to Amazon and I got a whole bunch of Bible stickers. Nice, inspiring stickers. Live by faith. This is one of my favorites here. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you, from Psalms 56:3. So I've got them all over the cup. Yeah, that was another little birthday gift. I had fun that day. I had a lot of fun. And thank you all. Thank you all so much for the birthday wishes. Thank you. And I want to just say thank you. Thank you so much for all your kind and loving comments. I really appreciate them, and I really appreciate you. I am not monetized yet. I'm hoping to sometime soon. I'm getting up there, getting closer. I'm hoping someday to have a post office box. I haven't got that far yet either. I'm still, you know, fairly new. I've been doing this for almost a year. Well, little over a year, almost 2 years. Not quite 2 years yet. So anyway, yes, this is my hexie. And this is nice to throw over another top. Now for the third. Whoop. I've got some roving laying down here that I didn't pick up. Better put that in the bag. I don't want it to get all messed up. Okay, and while I'm at it, yes, we'll put this in there too. Scrunch it down so I don't lose my stitches. Have it all together. Put it over there. Okay. For the next work in progress, oh, I better get the yarn. Get the yarn right here. Show you what yarn I'm using. Come on. Okay, I am making a wrap. I was going to make a top with this. Take this off. I was going to make a top with this going this way by making 2 panels like that. Now that's pretty. That's pretty. I don't know. I still might. I haven't decided. That was my first thought. And then I thought, you know, I kind of like this just as a wrap. It would be really pretty as a wrap too. Got it about halfway up, so isn't that nice? That's my own design, and you guessed it. Excuse me. I'm planning on doing a tutorial for you for this stitch pattern. This is a shell pattern, and it's just all double crochets and chain ones. That's it. And then in between, to break up the pattern, is just half double crochet. Isn't that easy? But it makes this beautiful stitch. And if you put it this way, and it's even prettier. It looks nice that way too. That was what I was thinking, you know. And I'm throwing it over. I was going to throw it over like this, and this is a front and back. Which is it's getting close, you know. And then I have to make another one and then stitch them down the center for an easy top, which you can do. I will have a tutorial coming out for that soon. Maybe next week. I also wanted to do one for you for this sweater because I had someone request, yes, please show us how to make the raglan. If I do a tutorial, which I will, I'm planning on it. I should probably do that first since it's been a while. Showing you how to begin and then do the raglan and then divide for the sleeves. And then that's all I'm going to show because the rest is just easy. It's just going around and then that's it. All right, back to this. This is a beautiful color called Old Rose. And this is Drops Nord. It's a very light number 2 weight yarn. That is a wool, alpaca, and polyamide blend. Let's see. The content is 45% alpaca, 30% polyamide, and 25% wool. Oops. Drops Nord. They have this in all different colors. It's $2 and $2 and some cents over at Wool Warehouse. If you'd like me to, I will link the yarn for that. It's very soft, I can tell you that. I love it. I like working with it. I was going to do something knitted, but then I changed my mind and wanted to make something crochet. Now, I'm working this, let's see, on a 3.5 crochet hook. The recommended crochet hook for this yarn is a 2.5, but you know me, for the extra drape, I want to go up a hook size and give it more drape. So, Drops Nord, and I think I think I might turn this into a wrap. But you know what I can do? Because I have more yarn coming, because my original, like I said, was going to be a top. But if I decide to make it into a wrap and then change my mind later, I can always make a second one. I can always make a second one and sew them together. I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of like it as a wrap. Right now, it's just a scarf size. It's very pretty. Very pretty. I like the colors. Make a nice scarf. Make a nice scarf. I don't know. I am the, because of my hair being a redhead, I usually used to gravitate towards fall and autumn colors like browns, greens, and copper colors, gold colors. But I don't know, lately over the past year and a half, I've wanted to make things that were mauve, pink. This is kind of like it's almost like a coral. And that is the true color that you're seeing on the screen. That is the true color of it. Yep. It is a kind of a corally rose color. It's called Old Rose. Yeah, get it at Wool Warehouse or anywhere you can buy Drops Nord. Drops Nord is sold pretty much anywhere, but I don't think at a lot of places you're going to get it for a little over $2. It's $2 something. I think it was $2. Oh, I don't remember. I think it was $2.68, but I'm not for sure. Oh, yardage. Let me tell you the yardage on one of these. What is your yardage? It is 186 yards or 170 meters. Yep. Drops Nord. I do have it in other colors. I bought it in the shade of brown too. That'll be nice. I'm not sure what I'm going to make with that, though. Also in here, I bought Drops Flora. I haven't worked with the Drops Flora. I have that in a lavender shade. See how much yarn you can fit in there? That's why I like this little cubby, and I'm dropping some. I like that a lot. It holds so much yarn. This one's bulging out from the weight of yarn that's in there. So that's everything. That's everything I got that I made. I'll probably finish this soon. When I finish it, I will do a tutorial for you, and I will use, I'm going to want to use the very similar yarn in the tutorial so you can see that. So look for that. That'll be coming up, and I'm going to make a tutorial for this sweater that I have got on. I'm going to show you the collar, the yoke, and how to divide for the sleeves, and then I think that'll be all. I think the rest you can probably handle. It's just going to be adding length to the sleeves, and then the same type of ribbing as you do here. So, and the same for the bottom. So not bad for one ball and a little bit extra, huh? Not bad. I'm going to do another one in blue. So that tutorial that I'm going to make for you for this, I'm going to use the James C. Brett in a shade of blues, because I'm going to add in some little bit extra of the cream color in it too. So I think I just about talked myself dry. All right. Well, with that being said, thank you all for watching to the very end. Thank you all for being here. I really enjoy spending time with all of you. So you all take care and enjoy the spring weather. Enjoy casting on things for spring. Let me know what you're working on in the comments. I'd love to hear about that as well. So have a wonderful week, and I will see you again next time. Bye, friends.